How to make your business your sugar daddy so you can move to your beach house. If V is not your vibe, then you are definitely in the right place, because today's training is not about 5 a.m. wake up calls, cold showers, the hustle and grind of patriarchal dictators crushing anything. This is more about creating than crushing. In fact, there is no patriarchal bullshit whatsoever. Today is about having more fun than you thought that you were allowed to. And you're going to be making your business work for you instead of you working for it. This training is for you if you want success, but not if it means you have to sacrifice your lifestyle for it. So you want to be rich in all aspects of your life. Now, drop in the comments if you relate to any of this. If you're a talented, capable gold digger and you are ready to allow yourself for more. I want you for the next 60 minutes to grant yourself permission for pleasure. You are going to treat yourself as I guide you in how to break the 3 simple rules that my clients are breaking to grow from 1K a month to $75,000 a month in just 90 days. This is probably not your first webinar on the subject of business success. Maybe you've heard from a bunch of old white men from the boys club on how to do it right. Or maybe you've heard from the 20-somethings, the self-made millionaire coaches on social media. In fact, everyone is probably telling you how easy it is if you just do it their way. So let me know in the comments if you've been to lots of training before on business success, or if this is your first training. In fact, in today's training, my goal is to support you with either starting your new practice or a new business arm, and then scaling your existing practice to over 6 figures, and you can go as far as you want, 6, 7, whatever you want. We're doing that through empowered value. So write this down if you're taking notes. We're going to be unpacking what is empowered value specifically to you. Now, if you want to make your business your beach house, you are going to want these 3 things. You want to give high-end impact, generate high-end income, and gain high-end independence. And throughout the training, what I would recommend is I'm going to break down these 3 sections for you into the 3 key components in each of them. Write them down and give yourself a color that's linked to where you're at. So I give myself green if it's a go, if I've got that section covered, like I know that I'm good at that. I give an orange if there's work to be done, and a red if I'm in urgent need of help. So you can take your own notes as you go in this. Write down impact, and there'll be 3 spaces, income, 3 spaces, independence, 3 spaces, and I'm going to break it all down for you, and you can let me know at the end where you're at with each of these. So rule number 1 is around impact. How to give high-end impact by efficiently creating more value for the right audience so you can easily and ethically charge 10 times more. And to do that, these are the 3 parts: activate, package, and stand out. So write those down and you can let me know where you're at with each of those 3 stages. The second rule is income. How to generate high-end income by positioning yourself as the obvious best choice. So target clients sell themselves to you instead of you approaching them. If that sounds good, you're going to need to attract, position, and enroll your clients. And finally, independence. How to gain high-end independence by delivering high-end value through a simple system so you can spend more time doing what you love on your own terms. And to do that, you're going to need to deliver, virtualize, and support. Now, that's a quick snapshot of everything that we're doing today. So here it is again with the 3 rules that we're going to be breaking, and I've given them a title. So the first section around impact is looking at establishing yourself. The second around income is about magnetizing. This is where the magic happens. And the third around optimizing your business is to give you independence. You can take a quick screenshot of this if you want to, but we are going to be unpacking it all like in the next 25 minutes as we go through. But first, who am I? Why are you even listening to me? So if you don't know me, I'm Lauren Wallet, the Creativity Coach. I'm an international coach consultant, and I speak on exponential growth personally and professionally. I like things to happen fast. I'm the founder of the Creative Business School, and I've worked with over 2,000 people and 50 of some of the biggest global companies in the world. I've done a lot of talking on the subject of authenticity and showing up as your true self, and also on business success, specifically around collaborative consumption and the tech startup world. And here's a few snapshots of some of the TV interviews and presentations and things that I've done. Most recently, pre-COVID, I was live on NBC's morning show, speaking to Dorit Kemsley, who's one of the housewives of Beverly Hills. So I thought she was a good fit for today in terms of the sugar daddy vibe. Not saying anything, but you get the vibe. And I was speaking about regaining your power in an argument and speaking about the power of being a creator of your own life. So that's who I am. And I'm able to do all of this because I understand empowered value. It's also how I was able to scale my business internationally, come to America, start over, and within a few years, just build up a brand new business. And this is what I'm going to be teaching you how to do today. What we need to do though, is we want to break the rules. Most service providers work time for money. Some create online courses, some bounce from one marketing idea to another, some charge low fees, and most run a feast or famine practice. Do any of these sound familiar? So drop in the chat, are you currently charging time for money? Meaning you actually have a service you sell and you trade your time for money? Or have you been thinking about an online course? Or are you bouncing around from one marketing idea to another and nothing really seems to work? Do you sometimes have tons of clients, so you're feasting, and then famine, there is no clients, you just dry up altogether? Well, if that sounds familiar, we're going to break those rules. And once you do, marketing will not be a chore anymore because you are only going to be focusing on your highest potential top tier prospects. You'll be able to efficiently enroll clients into from $500 to $50,000 offer packages. And I chose 50,000 because that's the exact package one of my clients used. You'll meet her later in this training. She literally went from an hourly fee to charging $50,000 a package and then sold them. So it's super possible. You'll be able to charge premium prices, work less while earning more, and create high value offers for high value clients. You will do this when you understand your own true value and you charge for that. You're going to become an integral part of your clients' businesses or their lifestyle and become known as the best in your category. You'll be able to scale your business as high as you want it to go, and you'll be able to keep your clients coming back for more. Basically, you'll be able to make your business your sugar daddy so you can move to your beach house. Now, in order to do that, you need to not be into business BDSM. And if maybe you didn't even know this, but you were into business BDSM before. These are the hard fixed rules that old white men have sold you as truths to profit themselves while keeping you stuck in a rat race, spinning your wheels, never being quite free. Yeah, maybe you were into this. Maybe you were into shame and punishment and self-flagellation and thinking you're not good enough and that there's a right way and a wrong way. If any of those thoughts have crossed your head, who am I to do this? The market is saturated. There's so many people. How am I going to stand out? You've been caught up in a game of business BDSM, and it's time to break that bondage right now. You're going to stop selling yourself short and instead create something that sells itself. Now, this is how important this section is about stopping selling yourself short and create something that sells itself. So here's my special rap to you. And I've got this on my notes so I don't lose any of the words. Pay close attention. Your luck's about to change. Bundling your time. I'm sorry, that's deranged, because the better you are, the more that you do, the less that you earn. And who suffers most? You, not your clients. They're happy. They get you on the cheap, but your premium, your quality, it's not quantity you seek. So just stop. Boom, that was my rap. I hope you got that, okay? No more bundling your time for money. That's not a package. Bundling your time so they get more of your time for less of a price. You suffer, your clients don't. And that stops today. I like seeing the boom, boom. Great. Okay, thanks, guys. So let's dive into this. And how do you actually look at giving high-end impact to efficiently create more value for the right audience so you can easily and ethically charge 10 times more? We're looking here around establishing yourself and specifically around activating, packaging, and standing out. So jot down these and now let's unpack what each of these mean. So to activate, you're going to activate your creative genius. Activating your creative genius means you're able to translate your unique, thrilling, and fascinating abilities in a way that captivates and converts your future clients. You discover your unique blend of magic. Your translation of this magic becomes your energetic transmission. Creativity is the most powerful untapped resource you have. And we're going to infuse your dynamic creativity into everything you do. It's your slipstream into working less and playing more. And here's where the training really is different right from the get-go. A lot of online gurus are going to tell you that you need to fixate on what are the problems your clients are having. What do they want? Go external, find it out, do market research. There is a way easier way of doing it, and that's about activating your own heart space. And when you activate who you are and you get connected to you, you start to naturally connect to other people, because we're all humans having a human experience. And I like to think of this also as the Shakespeare strategy, which is Shakespeare's stories have transcended time because he speaks to the basics of what it is to be a human. We all are that. Now, when you activate your own heart, your deepest fears, your heart's truest longings, and you get in touch with that and you speak on that level, that is going to radiate out of you. Your energy doesn't lie. And it sends like this disco ball lighthouse out there to the world that lets people know that you are a place where the party's happening and it's a safe space for expression. So activating your heart space is what you really want to do. And to do that, I want to take a moment to just put your hands on your heart. Bring yourself to the present moment. Feel your butt in your seat and your feet on the floor. And feel that beautiful heart of yours that has had the courage to show up today, where most people don't even show up to learn something new. You have showed up to learn something new. So I want you to feel that beautiful heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And give yourself a little tight squeeze and maybe a pat on the back. And just say thank you to yourself for showing up today, for showing up for your beautiful heart that is here to serve the world. I know your heart's in the right place. You're literally here. And activating your heart can be as simple as just acknowledging the fact that you do want to share your gifts with the world. Oh, teary-eyed. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I know you guys have got the heart. So that's awesome. So we've got the first part about activation. What do you do next? Now it's about packaging your heart. Now that we know this heart is glowing, how do you actually package? So you want to integrate high-end value bundles. Now, what is that? That's anything from a VIP day, multiple day events. It can be one-to-one coaching, a group mastermind, a group Q&A session. You want to include high information products, maybe email support. You want to maybe give your mobile phone number out, personal support, group accountability, bonuses. So I'm going to give you an example over here. So here's an example of how you package. You basically tier your offers, and they can be done from do it for you, do it yourself, or done with you. And depending on the level of access people get to you, you can range your offers from a free offer, which would be something like a digital download, like free training, right up to a mastermind or one-on-one with you. And this is high end. What you want to keep in mind when you are creating your package is you want to have a front end offer that you face out to the world and then a back end offer. Now, an example of a front end offer is, say, a $5,000 to $15,000 accelerator program. So, you join the program, it's either 5K or it's 15K for the full accelerator. But the back end of that, so once people have been through that front end, is you have a back end that's like a 25K to 100,000K offer. And that could become a recurring fee for an annual mentoring program or something. But don't sell yourself short and just think, oh, my offer is my freebie or my course. No, I want you to think strategically. You want a front end offer, which is the initial way people get in with you. But then what's the ultimate one? What's what you want long-term with them? Once they've been through your best training, what's the most premium offer you can have? This is where you start getting really strategic about packaging what you have. So take a screenshot of this to give you an example of a tiered model structure. The final part of establishing yourself is about standing out. Why fit in when you were born to stand out? Dr. Zeus, the most important doctor that you can have. Your business is an art of creation. And just like sculptures, it's actually a relief to stand out. Michelangelo's David was always inside his block of marble. He just had to chisel away at his craft to reveal what was always inside. Now, I know that your heart is that glowing, beautiful heart that wants to transform. What you might need to do is just chisel away at what isn't working to reveal it to the world so that it does draw people towards you. And that takes a bit of time, dedication to the process, and commitment to the craft. It's said that the difference between a good painting and a great painting is literally 5 brushstrokes. And usually they are the boldest choices. So today I ask you to make some bold choices and be open to doing things entirely differently. Most ideas fail because people were too afraid to start. And they're not actually afraid of failing. They are afraid of their greatness. And I want to know what comes up for you when you see this picture of Oprah on Super Soul Sunday. Do you picture yourself sitting next to her and giving an interview about your transformational business, or does this make you shudder? Maybe you're just not ready for a virtual coffee with Oprah or live Zooms on Ellen just yet. When you see this picture, do you think I am so ready for that? Put me on stage. I am the next Brené Brown. I am the next Elizabeth Gilbert. I totally want to be on Oprah. I'm ready for all of this. Or does it freak you out? And either way, it doesn't matter if this is an overwhelming thought for you, but it gives you an idea of what's really holding you back. Is it your fear of failure, or is it your fear of success? Okay, awesome. I really want to be there. I am excited. Beautiful. So let's get you there. Let's get that beautiful heart onto those stages. To wrap this section up, let's get controversial for a minute. I need you to stop trading your time for money. That's something I want you to commit to right here, right now. Because unless you are a prostitute, and nothing against sex work, by all means, go ahead. But unless you are a prostitute, you are not the product. You are the producer. So it's a mind shift from I'm selling myself to no, I'm producing a multitude of products. I have a multitude of offers, and I am the producer of the show and of the scenario. So do you get that? Are you going to stop trading your time for money? Give me a yes if that's exactly what you're going to do. Are you ready to take the leap from product to producer through activating your own serene ambition? Serene ambition is what's going to keep you going forward when times get tough. You're going to have that serene ambition that lets you work in your flow. Yes, I want to. I love that. Well, then let's take a look at Melanie Boyd. So Melanie Boyd needed to establish herself as the top of mind, obvious best choice when she started her business. And when I met Melanie, she was a part-time Pinterest manager. She was dipping her toes into marketing. She was doing design right to fit in and look professional. Occasionally, she was doing one-on-one work. She was charging really low fees per hour, and she was unsure what her next step should be. So Melanie thought to herself, I need to be on social media. I better make quotes. And I better post stuff. But she had no strategy. There was no establishment going on. And she saw a 520% engagement increase from what she was doing before, that quote of like, would you be interested, to fully stepping into her power, activating her own genius, and posting with bright, bold, beautiful colors. Bye-bye hashtags. She just took off. She created a company for herself. She set up a full brand strategy. She designed digital custom designs. She got 5 retainer clients in 1 month because she started selling premium packages, and she implemented her future plan, which included a Facebook group, Pinterest for beginners, going live. And as you can see here, here's her text that she first sent me when she went from being like a part-time Pinterest manager to actually establishing Summerland Media. Melanie established herself, and the results were significant. Let's step in to the next section. You've got an idea of establishing yourself and what that entails. Jot down for yourself if you feel you need to establish yourself more with activating packaging and standing out. And as I mentioned, give yourself a color. Is it green, orange, or red, depending on where you're at? And let's continue with the next one, which is magnetize. Here's the rule around income, making money. What business is all about, we've got to actually just make money to keep it sustainable. But how do you generate high-end income? By positioning yourself as the obvious best choice so that target clients sell themselves to you rather than you approaching them. Here's where it gets really fun, because if you don't like marketing or putting yourself out there, then this part's definitely for you. First up, What is an ideal client? I'm going to be speaking about your ideal clients, these premium clients. There's someone like Michal Breaker, who's one of my recurring clients. She wants someone who enters a long-term program with you or buys again and again. They're not once off. They're not a ticket that you close. Stop thinking about closing people. They're high paying because they understand the value of what you offer, and they are willing and able to pay you much more than an average client. They're also referral clients. Resonance gets referrals. Write this down. Resonance gets referrals, because when a client resonates with you and they have results that they actually want to share, they refer you to others. And because you've worked with these clients and you know how excellent they are at what they do, you're able to actually refer them to your network too. So it goes both ways. It becomes a mutual relationship. You work with people who are the best and you give them business and they give you business. So that's an example of what an ideal client is. Those are the people that we're going to be focused on for this training. So why do you want to attract? That's the first part of magnetizing people. It's because hunting is actually repulsive. What you want to do is you want to cultivate a relationship that compels people to work with you. And to do that, you need to embody quality. You do not need to hunt people down, grab at them, reach for them. You want to embody the quality that stands out and just draws them to you. Here's an example of something which I like to call perky desperation. Okay. Perky desperation is what you see a lot of on social media. And this is things where people will just flood your messages with DMs, with voice notes, with videos. And this is an example that I gave where I said, I'm looking for a life coach. Now, I stated very clearly what I'm looking for. And my gosh, was I completely bombarded. In one of these 142 comments, this person asked me, what were the kind of questions? It's the biggest transformation I've ever received. I'm curious, what purpose are you looking for a life coach? What are your dreams and goals? What are you struggling with? It's like, oh my gosh, like so many questions coming at me all at once. Like calling me lovey, queen, lovely, beautiful. Like, you don't know me, babe. Like, you don't know me. And it was just completely overwhelming. But it's because all these people have been trained that you've got to reach out and grab at people. And it's like, you actually don't. Not if you want a high-end person. Only one person in this entire group simply said, I'm a life coach. Thanks. That's literally what I asked. I'm looking for a life coach. And she said, I'm a life coach. And I instantly joined her group. I wasn't actually looking for a life coach to hire. I was looking for a life coach for this example. And I let people know as soon as they reached out to me that, like, does this work for you? Reaching out to people like this, grabbing at them. It's exhausting to do. It's exhausting to receive. And it really will not attract your ideal clients. Your ideal clients are going to be compelled to work with you through magnetic attraction. You're drawn together because you are a complementary combination. This is where the principle of attraction versus promotion comes in. You do this when you create a space that is fun and playful. It's flexible and it's inviting. You stop doing what everyone else is doing because it's very boring and it's uninteresting, and no one cares after the fourth perky voice note that they receive calling you a queen for the day. It doesn't feel very special. So how do you attract your ideal clients? How do you actually attract versus promote? Through a creative business content strategy. This is where you use out-the-box, heart-centered content strategies. And to give you an actual tangible example, what I mean is, here's an example of a piece of content that I created when I worked with Planters Peanuts. So content that I did with my content creators got a return on investment 14,000 times greater than traditional marketing. It's because it was authentic. It was heartfelt. This picture was literally snapped when two of the members of my content creators did a hike and they just took this picture. It was natural. It was emotive. It had a feeling. It was content that fitted into their lifestyle. It wasn't difficult to make. It was literally effortless. This is what starts to happen when you use an outside the box, inside the heart approach. It's content that fits into your lifestyle. What tends to happen online is this. People show you this, okay? They'll say, you need a creative business content strategy. Oh, you'll write down, yes, that's what I need. I need that. But what does that mean? How does that translate? What does that look like? What am I talking about? If I show you an example, this is a creative content strategy. You can feel something. This picture will emote more feeling for you of, oh, yeah, that feels like a good vibe, instead of me going, okay, cerebrally, do you understand that intellectually you need a creative business content strategy? Yes, I understand that. But how does it feel? It feels like this. You want to position yourself on your choice of platform. So your choice of platform is Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, emails, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. That's where you're going to position yourself. Here's the actual platform, okay? Now, your choice of delivery method, your method is going to be the content that you deliver, your delicious content. That could either be videos, so maybe your lives or recorded or webinars, your written, your posts, your captions, your articles, your blogs, your website copy, your visual, that's your designs, your images, your stories, or audio, or it's a combination. So is it video? Is it image? Is it text? Is it audio? How are you delivering your method? That's going to be how you deliver it. And where you position yourself altogether is in the bakery of deliciousness. So the bakery of deliciousness is a place where your community wants to come to. So a great way to think of what I'm talking about with this theory is like this. You're not the baked goodie. So you're not the tasty treat. You're not your content or your product. You're not that. And you're not even the baker itself. You're not even the person who's making the thing. You're the entire bakery. You're in the entire shebang. You're the entire environment. You are the baker, the tasty treat, the ambience of the bakery. You're the whole thing. That's how you position yourself. You stop limiting yourself to thinking, it's how I show up on this platform. It's how this particular piece of content works. It's the whole environment. That's where you position yourself. So you are the bakery itself, not just the little goodie. This next step becomes quite simple. The final section to magnetize clients towards you is to enroll people. Now, enrolling is a process. It's actually not an event. Enrolling is not closing. It's a whole ongoing relationship that you are building. And it starts in rule number 1, where you are establishing yourself as the obvious best choice. It continues when we break rule number 2, where you start to magnetize your clients instead of approach them. You draw them towards you. And it becomes that everything you do gently enrolls your ideal client to you. It's continued through your content in your tasty bakery, all the little treats that you're serving. And it goes through right until your engagement, where you're actually engaging back with people. So enrolling is a whole process. And if you followed all the steps up until now, this just becomes a formality. It's where you present your offer and you sell. It's like just that final little piece. It's really not a big deal. It's like, it's the full stop again at the end of a beautiful chapter. So we think we need to do certain things to keep us safe and get us the results that they want, but they're actually keeping us stuck. The difference with the creative business strategy is you get to test out unique and unusual combinations that open you up for brand new possibilities and expand your capacity for success. Oprah level success, bigger than you thought, thinking about charging $100,000 instead of $100 an hour. And you are going to create your own unique unlocking combination to access your own creativity. So throughout the training today, I'm going to be giving you all the steps, like the steps for a dance routine, but you're going to create your own combination. So you're going to put it together in your own dance. And a great example of someone who seemed to be the most unlikely dancer is Brandon Murphy. Brandon did not know how to magnetize anyone toward him. That's where he was really failing, because he was really stuck in the rules of business. He's the kind of guy who uses Zoom without a camera. He drives the same car that he had for 10 years ago. He's all about service. He's not about spotlight. And the last thing he wanted was to put himself out there on social media. But he was ready to take his practice to the next level. What Brandon couldn't see with his own magnetic attraction was the gold mine he was sitting on already, with the wealth of information he had inside of himself. He had so much to share that he just wasn't sharing yet. So he needed to magnetize to draw clients toward him, because Brandon wanted to make more money. He was too conservative and he was super smart. So what did we do? We decided to magnetize clients toward him and use what he had by sharing his information more transparently. So yes, he did go on social media, and you'll see he did that very simply with only one picture. We also virtualized Brandon intelligently, which we're going to come to in the next section. And we set up a way for him to connect directly with people and have a conversation, setting up virtual coffees, setting up legal consults. We really put him out there in a way which didn't feel too in your face, but felt like people could come to him if they wanted to. And the results that Brandon got when he learned how to magnetize were truly outstanding. Here you'll see that literally we used a repurpose strategy and used his same picture on 3 different platforms, on his website, on his lives, and on his Instagram. So he didn't have to go too fully out there. We did what was comfortable for him, but he was able to get 555 Instagram followers in only 3 posts, repurpose all his educational content. So he didn't spend too much time making it because we just repurposed it. But the beautiful thing about Brandon was that at the beginning of the training, he had a financial goal that he wanted to reach within 3 years. He reached it in 60 days. Literally in 60 days, he reached his 3-year goal, and he paid off his student loan within 3 months. So he used the power of magnetizing. Here's what he did. And he did that to make more money and draw clients toward himself. Super easy, and really just took himself to the next level because he understood that it's a dance. He understood that it was time to break some patriarchal rules and learn some new steps. He learned how to put himself out there in a way that was comfortable to him, and it was still conservative. One picture, cross-platform, sharing education, but he stopped punishing himself for thinking he had to do things a certain way. It had to be hard. And he stepped into the slipstream of pleasure. Brandon was then able to magnetize his clients and make more money than he thought was possible in 60 days that he realistically thought he would make in 3 years. And when I last checked in with him, he'd paid off his student loan, which was just incredible. So he did that very quickly after this too. Here we look at the rule of independence, how to gain high-end independence by delivering high-end value through simple systems so you can spend more time doing what you love on your own terms. So under optimize, write down deliver, virtualize, and support. I've touched on virtualize with Brandon already, and we're going to really dive into that in this last section. That's what we do over here. And we start that process with delivery. So why do you want to deliver high-end value? High-end value generates great results for your clients. It gives you high-end referrals. It builds your reputation for you to scale your business. And most importantly, you get to live authentically with integrity because you're showing up to contribute fully. You get to sleep like a baby every night, which means a lot of beauty sleep, because you're delivering value that actually provides a transformation. There's none of that stress of, oh my gosh, like I'm trying to charge these prices, but I don't quite believe it. Your results speak for yourself. Your resonance is getting referrals. You know exactly what it is that you're delivering. One way to deliver high-end value is to offer a deep dive discovery to everyone who you want to work with, those premium clients like Michal, like I showed you at the beginning. And you're going to develop a framework that supports at least 80% of your clients' biggest issues. So you want to look to give them that ultimate support through your delivery. You're going to sell less time and instead produce extreme results and value in super focused premium packages. So don't sell lots of time. They don't get you for lots of time. They get an extreme result. That's what you want to focus on with your delivery. One of the ways to do this in creating super focused premium packages is bundling things together that doesn't include time, but that includes things like study material, mastermind group, forums, group coaching, and of course, one-on-one support bundles. So jot down for yourself, what are the kind of things that you could include within a premium package that isn't time-based? What are the other things that you can have? And how you're going to do that, how you're going to have this delivery in a way that works for you instead of you for it, is you're going to virtualize intelligently. Time is your most valuable currency, and you are constantly trading with it. So the faster you get something done, the more time you have for your own creative expression. I don't want you having all your time on business. I want you having time on your life, like doing what you want to do, creating your own projects. You want to expand yourself creatively, and that's why we're going to virtualize your business intelligently. The world is changing at a rapid rate, and even the word change, like that word is changing exponentially. It doesn't mean what it did pre-COVID-19. Now that we're in this pre-COVID-19 world, though, Having things virtual and online is literally a prerequisite, and it's a wonderful option to have even if we ever do go back to meeting people face to face, because you're able to reach people at a global scale all around the world like never before possible. It's a very convenient way for you and for most of your clients when you virtualize your business intelligently, because it saves you both time. It opens you to a global client community, and it helps you scale your business faster. How do you do that? So here's an example of what I described earlier. You make your framework virtual. So this can include one-on-one material, an online mastermind, online forums, support, maybe some email feedback, private groups, WhatsApp, Zoom sessions. When you're selling your time, you're limited to selling bundles of like, you're $100 an hour, maybe you're $500 an hour. But when you're producing packages, your packages literally start at $1,000 and go up. So here's an example of my Content Creators Council. So I have like online training, private groups, people from all around the world get to come together, and I've got high-end informational products. So I've got mini trainings, guidebooks, I've got a whole creative resource library that my clients have access to. So in between the trainings with me, they have a full virtual support. And this really gets them all the ongoing support that they need, so that it doesn't take up my time, but they can take the training at their own pace. This is the kind of thing that you want to create. What happens when you do this, when you start to optimize? You become like Anna. Now, when Anna started working with me, she was making $4,000 a month. She went to $75,000 a month in 3 months. She's the person who I said went from charging $500 an hour to $50,000 packages. And I include more people in this picture because it links to Resonance getting referrals. So when I met Anna, she was living in a 1-bedroom rented apartment in Hollywood. And within that year, she moved into a 3-story Hollywood mansion. And I went to go and see her apartment, and the minute her realtor, Jonathan, this very suave guy over here in the corner, the minute he met me and Anna said, "This is Lauren, she's the creative business strategist I've been working with," Jonathan was like, "Bam, I'm hiring you." And Jonathan hired me, and I started working with him on his business in real estate. I then introduced Jonathan, because he's so good at what he does, to Carrie Ann Kimball, PR Hollywood queen. And Carrie Ann got Jonathan on TV, and he started doing TV interviews, establishing himself as the most credible in his industry. I then introduced Carrie Ann to Michal as a life coach, and they started working together, because Michal and I are constantly working together, and it comes full circle. You start to really be able to create a community that brings all the people you work with together. And this becomes such value for your future clients, because when they get you, they get access to your little black book of your VIP clients. It's so much more than just working with you. They get a whole global community. The final part is support. This is what you get when you do all the points up until now, is you get that support system that you actually need, because you don't have to do it all alone. It's about community, not competition, and we are all better together. So why would you get support? I'm sure that you are used to being a person who supports others. That's why you're here. You're so used to that. But what support are you giving to yourself? Who's there for you? Who's your fairy godmother to weave a little bit of magic into your life? The reason that you get support is because success leaves clues. I think of this as Hansel and Gretel's breadcrumb trail in the forest. You can see where someone's been supported. It leaves clues because they're getting there so much quicker than doing it alone. The results are obvious. You can see who has succeeded already, and you really don't have to figure it all out by yourself. I call this taking the elevator path to success. So why take the stairs when you can hop in a vehicle that was meant to take you to the top? With support, you get accountability to develop strong, productive habits. You save time on wastage, on money, and just on your general mental clarity. And you deserve to work with someone who has done it all before. It's so much more fun when you do it together. So how do you get support for yourself? Here is a business mentor checklist that I've put together. Take a screenshot of this or write this down. Use this for yourself, and consider this if you are looking to mentor someone in life or business. A great business mentor combines coaching and consulting with mentorship and guidance. They treat you as a creator, not as a ticket to close or a client in a box. A great mentor offers you robust support and accountability. They have an excellent track record and background. They have amazing client results and very transparent pricing. Are you ready to take the elevator path to success and move from overwhelm to optimization? Give me a yes if you're looking for less overwhelm of what to do and some simple strategies to optimize your business. And while you're popping that in the chat, oh wow, yes, yes. Let me introduce you to Sam Pesek. So Sam needed to optimize her business so she had time back for her lifestyle. Now, Sam, if you don't know her, is an Olympic athlete. She's the CEO of Beam Queen Bootcamp. She's a broadcaster. She's a podcaster. She is the ultimate doer. She's juggling multiple moving parts. And when I met her, she had no structures and systems. What we needed to do was optimize her business so Sam had time back for herself, for her own life. And we started with virtualizing her business. So I literally set up a virtual drawing board for her with all the various elements of her business. We broke it all down. We put things into a structure and into a system, and we just set her up to scale simply for success. And here's Sam after 3 months of working together. She had totally streamlined her services into Olympian, broadcaster, host. She'd created tiers to her community. She's got a huge global community, so she had different tiered access points. She set up a business board instead of hiring an assistant. So we literally got her a global board of some of the brightest business minds in the world to be on the board of her business. And instead of being just such a doer, she became a delegator. She learned how to hand away specific tasks to her team, to outsource, to automate. And most importantly, we created a structure for her systems to scale. Now, this is what I was setting up just before we started, is I'm going to let you hear it from Sam for herself.
So much. You have such a calm spirit that like reminds me that it's all going to be okay when things seem very overwhelming. But I think the number one thing that you helped me with the most was the importance of building systems. And when you're an entrepreneur, you're juggling a million hats. You know, you're the marketer, you're doing emails, you're doing social, you're doing, you know, with this day and age with social media, you just have like 18 jobs on your plate at one time. And it can be very overwhelming to make sure you check all the boxes. So just your constant reminder of the importance of building systems and how to build systems and structure your day to be the most productive and optimize your performance in your work. And also leaving some time to make sure you're taking care of yourself too, I think is so important.
However, you are feeling overwhelmed at the moment where you are juggling 18 things, you don't know where to start. There's so many different things that you could be doing, should be doing, don't know what to do. If you feel like Sam, give me a yes, and we're going to wrap up this training with ultimately what you need to do next. A snapshot overview of everything that we've covered today. So we looked at the rule of impact, of how to give high-end impact by efficiently creating more value for the right audience to easily and ethically charge 10 times more. The rule that we broke here is this idea of doing more. I don't want you to do more. I actually want you to do less. And you do so much less when you focus on connecting to yourself with establishing, packaging, and standing out than worrying about all the things of market research and problems and going outside and external. So we broke the rule of impact that says you need to do more and you're going to do less to establish yourself. Really simply, you're going to establish yourself just like Melanie did and go from thinking of yourself as like a part-time business person to building a full-time establishment for yourself, a full business. The next that you're going to do is you're going to magnetize. Here's where we look at the rule of income. And instead of thinking you have to go out and get, you're going to let clients be magnetized towards you. So high-end income means positioning yourself as the obvious best choice that target clients sell themselves to you rather than you approaching them. Break the rule of getting and snatching and going to target your clients and hunt them down. No, let them come to you. You're going to do that through attracting, positioning, and enrolling. And finally, the rule of independence that we broke. The rule here to break is the idea that you have to do it all yourself. You have to be very hands-on. You actually don't have to be very hands-on. In fact, when you premium, you want a light touch approach. And to get that, you have an optimized business. This is a business that delivers amazing results. It's virtualized intelligently, and it offers robust support. And when you do this, you have the independence of delivering high-end value through a simple system, so you can spend more time doing what you love on your own terms, just like Sam did. You have an optimized business. You don't need to do everything. You can have systems and structures that work for you so that you have a very light touch approach, and you come in when you need to because your results speak for themselves. For the switch of working with my clients, most of them have a style of being very busy but not getting what they want. Afterwards, they're able to work less and play more. When I start working with clients, they're usually offering cheap time for money. And afterwards, they sell premium packages, exclusive choice premium packages. Before they work with me, usually there's this idea that a package is like a 3-hour time bundle. It's not. And afterwards, they realize that a package is a hybrid model. Before, clients are charging anywhere from $50 to $500 per hour. Afterwards, we start all packages from $1,000 to $100,000 packages. It's because my clients have packaged their products into premium packages. They've done this because they're established, magnetized, and optimized. So if you want to attract high-end prospects to the right positioning platforms that enroll rather than sell, if you want to activate your creative genius into a packaged solution so that you stand out as the obvious best choice, and you want to deliver high-end value virtually and work with the very best in terms of support and guidance so that you establish income, you establish impact, magnetize income, and optimize independence. If you are looking to give high-end impact, generate high-end income, and gain high independence, if you want to take the elevator path to success to fast track your rise and get where you want to go, if you want to create high value, specialized premium packages designed to get you sustainable client results for your ideal clients, while generating packages that start at $1,000 more through less work and more play, then if you want all of that, I have an idea for you. And I want you to head on over to laurenwallett.com/apply, where you are able to apply for a deep dive discovery call with me, where we go through this training as it specifically relates to your business. So we break it down with the parts, and I look at where you're at. What areas are green? You've got them. What are orange? You need some more specific strategies. And what are red? You need urgent help. I'm going to dedicate an hour of my time with you to actually unpack your business based on this framework, to let you know what your next steps are and what's possible for you to do next. Now, I'm doing this because it's another way to show you how good I am at what I do. And it really helps me when you get results to get those referrals. So I love doing this because when something works for you, what tends to happen is the people that I work with refer me, and that's what I love. So I'm doing it for that. And also because one of two things is going to happen. The first one is you're going to see your business with a new kind of clarity, and you'll be able to make the changes that I suggest to you on your own. We'll then part ways. I'll wish you the best of luck, and I'm going to be championing you for massive success in 2021. The second option is that we're going to actually implement a solid plan together, and we will start working together in 2021. Either way, both options are super delicious. Whether we part ways and you take it on your own, or we decide to work together, that's entirely up to you. I must make it very clear, though, that I cannot work with everybody. You must be in the business of helping clients. So you want to actually help people. I want you to realize that if we do work together, it's a done with you program, meaning you're going to need to implement the changes that we speak about. And I want you to have serene ambition. Serene ambition means that even when the going gets tough, you find it deep within that beautiful heart of yours to keep going and to keep playing with the changes. If this is you and you are in the business of helping clients, you are a dreamer and a doer, so you're okay with implementing things yourself, and you have serene ambition, then go right now to laurenwallett.com/apply. And I'll pop this in the chat when we do our questions at the end, and fill in the short form. And I've blocked out time over the next week to speak to you about how we can really take your business to the next level using the Establish, Magnetize, and Optimize framework. if you would like to be next, like some of the people that I've worked with who get really confident, who make like 5K a week and hit their financial goals and get some really great training and get some awesome feedback, then on the apply page, I've got a bunch of client testimonials from some of the awesome clients with I've worked around the world. You don't have to hear it from me. You can hear it from them, just like you did from gorgeous Sam Pesic. I've got some clients speaking about exactly what we did together. So you can really decide for yourself, is this something that you want to do? Do you want to work together? Do you need a bit more assistance with your business? And if you do, head on over to laurenwallett.com/apply, and I will give you an uninterrupted hour of my time to seriously unpack your business and see how we can take it to the next level so that you can make your business your sugar daddy and move to your beach house.